Hello and welcome to another installment of Aware. I still think we should change the name. It's football. Another week, another installment, and our credit score is looking great. We've got a brief show for you today. Just a quick brief roundup of European football. And so we'll be touching on Serie A, Bundesliga, Farmers League, Premier League, and Liverpool start. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments in the bottom. Let us know what you think. And unsubscribe, then subscribe again. Alright, so Liverpool started the season since you guys didn't have any other Liverpool supporters in previous episodes. So I think we've been doing quite well. And obviously unbeaten, playing City today, as this was filmed on Sunday. And great start in the Champions League, 2 wins out of 2. So I think we're sort of flying under the radar, I'd say, slightly. And I think depending on how the result goes against City, that may determine whether we firm title contenders or, firm favourites to actually win the league again. Not after 30 years again, at least. Not too bad. At least Salah's been doing much better than, obviously I was criticizing him in the first episode and I still will. Great start. And we have a few injuries. Curtis Jones has come in, because we had a small calf injury for Thiago, and then and then obviously Trent's out with a groin injury. So I think we sort of plugging the gaps here and there. Obviously bad injury to Harvey Elliott, so I'm sure he'll come back stronger. Young 18-year-old, but So what do you guys think of the start?
Not bad at all. I'm still impressed with Curtis Jones. I think it was in the UEFA game, about 3 assists.
Yes. And a goal himself, I think.
Yep. Okay, it's not bad. I've admired him for a while. He's been on the reserve end quite a bit, but I just want to say, what's going to happen if Salah gets injured? Because we're saying now he's carrying this team.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, at the moment, what we've been doing is that, Roberto Firmino has had a few niggling injuries here and there. So Jota has started, which I prefer Jota starting. So if obviously Firmino or Salah, Jota, if one of the front four, if I could say, drop out, then at least we have a Jota or Firmino to come in to replace, like you said, if Salah gets injured. If not, then we have to deputize with Champions League winner Divock Origi.
That's what I was actually going to say. I was going to say we mustn't downplay Jota's impact on the team. I think he's always going to be a decent goal threat, whether Salah is playing at the simultaneously as well. But also, I think we also mustn't downplay the impact of Virgil van Dijk's return to the team. Definitely seen the difference at the back for Liverpool. And I must admit, opposed to the initial video that we started our channel with, obviously kind of saying I think Liverpool might not do so well. I think it's still too early
because of the lack of signings
to jump that gun, but they've definitely impressed me more, and I think that's the impact of a quality coach at the helm of the club.
100%.
Exactly. But with Virgil van Dijk, it's not just the defensive attributes that you get, it's also his long balls as well. Because if you see his diagonal long balls out to Salah, out to Harvey Elliott when you're still playing, out to Mane or Jota, and outlets.
It's also, I think, it's his whole impact on the team. He's not obviously the captain, but he's that leadership figure. And I think they can safely play their normal style of football that Klopp enforces, especially because they know he's there behind them. It kind of gives that safety net. Let's do what we do best, because we know we have that man at the back.
Exactly.
Behind us.
100%.
And plus Troy Deeney said he smells good too.
I mean, going to the whole Premier League as a total, I think once again Man City are doing the teams that they always do. I think we kind of underestimated the fact that they might not score as many goals just because they failed to purchase Harry Kane because they've got so many goal threats all around the park. Chelsea are, although they've had a bad last week, obviously they've come back well against their victory yesterday, but Chelsea as a whole still looked
they look consistent.
So the Premier League, I think the Premier League is going to be interesting, gents.
And like Michael Owen was saying yesterday, depending on after this international break, United go on a crazy run.
No, that's crazy.
It's insane, and after that 2-month period, it might just be a 3-horse race. That's if United don't. If we carry this form going forward, I mean, we can't beat Everton, West Ham, Young Boys. These are middle of the park teams.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen with this run coming forward? We've got the likes of Tottenham, we've got Man City as well. I think we've got Liverpool coming up also.
Yes, on this man's birthday, 24th of October. Make a note.
I think the next 2 months
Might be a bad birthday.
will be the actual time for Ollie. If we have a good 2 months and Ollie's still on the job, then I think he will carry us going forward. If we probably lose, well, let's say if we don't have a 50% win record in the next 2 months, considering the fixtures we have, and Ollie's not gone, then I don't know what to do.
No, United's forward is screwed.
Yeah, because if you don't do well in that period, like you said, leading up to December, December's a pivotal period where you have to win those games. So I mean, if you don't do well there, and then you still win your December games, or your festive fixtures, I don't necessarily think that you'll still be in the running, even though you have a good period there.
Exactly. So that's why this Everton game was so important to win and go all out and win. Like, I understand the squad rotation because of the midweek game, like so close in between. But I mean, your international break is coming up. The guys would have had a rest.
Yeah.
Going forward. The squad that you put up yesterday, they did the job, but unfortunately the changes were too soon for me. You hook Martial, you hook Cavani after 50 odd minutes. That's why all this in-game management will always cost him. Always.
Yeah. But let me swiftly move along before this becomes a United debate.
Please note I was holding back.
We were venting that.
Don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, but I mean, if we look at Kane, I think that Kane missed his opportunity to leave to a bigger club purely because of his age. I mean, he's already now 28, 29, somewhere around there. And I think if he doesn't leave in January, maybe to City or any other team for that matter, I think he's missed his opportunity to move to a big team because, I mean, Tottenham are still going to probably request at least 100 to 150 million, regardless of how many months or years that he has left on his contract.
No, but they have a leg to stand on there because they've just tied him down before this whole transfer saga. They've tied him down to a massive contract. So that's why he can't just get up and go.
Hashtag free Harry Kane, please.
Yeah, so I think he missed his opportunity. And I think he's just going to...
But it's also Daniel Levi as well, the chairman of Tottenham. He's ruthless.
So what's going on in the rest of Europe, gents?
Yeah, so, I mean, if we look at Serie A, Juventus are not doing particularly well. And if we look at Napoli, I mean, Napoli have had a perfect start. And what is it, Milan that's third? And Inter that's second. Roma fourth. Jose's, doing well with the squad that he has, I'd say.
Actually,
What do you guys think?
Yeah, Roma have surprised me. I think 4 wins from 6. Okay, they've lost 2 games, but I think that's a fairly good start coming off their last season and bringing Jose in. Juventus sitting 8th in Serie A.
Yeah.
It shows you the impact Ronaldo had. Bonucci spoke about it during midweek. The whole idea of him and the team kind of let players slip up because they knew Ronaldo was in that team and they knew they could at least probably win games purely on the fact that he's playing.
Bail him out.
And Napoli have been phenomenal. 6 wins from 6. I don't know. I mean, I think AC are slightly behind. If they win today, I think they're playing today, this Sunday, and then they're going to. And obviously, if Napoli fail to win, they'll go top. So it's an interesting start in Serie A as well. I think Juventus obviously still early to tell. They could still definitely win the league.
I mean, the Liga still does have that experience, So he's a seasoned man. Well, he's not a seasoned manager. I think he's still a quality manager. I think he just needs to find the right team within that squad, and then from there keep it consistent going forward. So I think he's still trying to find a team without Ronaldo. Trying to find I think rely on Dybala going forward now. I think
and Federico Chiesa.
What a quality
player.
They have the squad to compete without a doubt.
It's just finding, I guess, maybe the system that he wants.
And I mean, if we look at Bundesliga, obviously, I mean,
same old.
Yeah, same old. I think what was it last season where Bayern were like down to 8th or something like that, and then they still go and win the league anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're trying to give them a
They did
chance.
that on purpose.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. They're like, let's just give them false hope.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Leipzig do something.
You know?
Dortmund.
Yeah. So
Right.
Bayern, Dortmund. Although I think RB Leipzig haven't been doing particularly well. They're down around 7th or so.
Yeah.
And then obviously top of the charts is Erling Haaland and Robert Lewandowski. And then obviously they're both in 7th, but Erling Haaland is on top. Alphabetical order.
I think that's going to be the most interesting thing about Bundesliga is who's going to be the top scorer, not who's going to win the league.
Yeah, and which next star is going to be poached from BVB.
Exactly. And that's,
Bye.
that's also why Leipzig.
Bye.
Like,
And what manager, if what's his
Dortmund.
name fails, Bayern are going to buy?
Exactly. Because now look what happened to Leipzig. The managers went over, and now look at them, they're in shambles. Well,
Lost two of their best players. Ugh.
yeah, no.
Yeah, and plus we took one of their defenders, Ibrahima Konate as well. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's quite a specimen of a player.
Yeah, no.
So
Everyone's
What do you mean by
Leipzig.
Hey, okay, I just wanted to clarify.
yeah.
But our guys are making Leipzig a free market share, guys. You know,
Yeah, so on to La Liga. And Barcelona lost against Atletico Madrid last night.
Yeah.
And Luis Suarez, you know, back to haunt them.
The celebration.
So,
But it's crazy what's going on in Barca. It just shows you the impact that Ronaldo and Messi have on a team. Look what's happening in Juventus after Ronaldo left. Look what's happening in Barcelona after Messi has left. Although I think Barca is a different situation to Juventus.
The presidency.
Because their whole hierarchy, their
Yeah,
wage structure, it's a mess.
Really
Their
political
finances.
games. And it's even Suarez advice shall be like, don't go there. Even if you're going to coach, like, don't. Just give it time, give it a few years, because the players suffer in the end game, you know. You look what happened, how they treated Suarez, you know, he's been such a great servant to them. And now just to be treated like that, phone calling like, bro, train on your own.
yeah.
One of the few players to ever outscore Messi and Ronaldo in their primes.
Exactly.
And they did him dirty online. As a former Liverpool.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
from a neutral perspective, it's difficult to abuse Barcelona like this, but it's facts.
No, it is. It is.
They're a mess at
If
the
you look
moment.
at their team now, can you see like a structure, like a philosophy, a way of playing?
Not the old Barca way. I mean, I don't want to put all the blame on Koeman because he's kind of been thrown into the deep
Yeah,
end.
and he has to work with what he has.
I think they have to just completely rebuild the club from the ground up.
Even the recruitment, I think, has been a shitstorm.
Oh.
The players they've gotten.
Yeah. But they should have been, I mean, the lack of succession planning. I mean, they should have been planning for Messi's exit probably like 5 years ago, something like that, you know?
Even
so over-reliance.
And what baffles me is like the whole Neymar situation when he went. I think he went for like 222 million.
Where did that money go?
Coutinho and Dembele. And I mean,
Yeah.
look at that. Just two players with that amount of cash, and you paid over 100 for both of those players.
They're injury prone.
Exactly. Coutinho couldn't adapt. Apparently, it was off the field issues that he had with Barca. But I mean, you take that cash and you sit back and you look. Okay, look at the age of the squad. What do we need? Let's start, filling the gaps now. When we do get there, because PK is well into his 30s, Ori Alba is on his way there as well. Messi at the time also in his 30s or on his way there when Neymar left. The squad needed depth, and with that cash, that could have happened. But that president was.
Their situation is actually not completely similar, but it's similar to when Liverpool had that bad run of form. Obviously, a lot of the time, like 2 or 3 seasons where they finished mid-table, and post-Ferguson era at United, where guys like Scholes, Giggs, Rooney, all those type of players that were stalwarts of the club left, and there was just no backup. There was no, like you said, there was no
succession plan.
And I think
100%.
Barca even worse than what a lot of what other clubs are. And they're going to have to rely and throw their youth in the deep end. And I'm glad Ansu Fati is back, is because that player, Pedri's a player.
Yeah.
I just hopefully they can actually plan their future around players like that.
Exactly. No, that's what you need. But again, it's the off-the-field problems with Barcelona.
So like Messi, let's leave Barcelona and go on to Real Madrid. I mean, they're now top of the league. And Atletico Madrid second. So, I mean, they had a good start. Obviously, they lost to Sheriff in the Champions League.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. Like, who a Sheriff, huh?
Top of the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But who was Sheriff? Is it Sheriff? Was it Sharif? Winning. What a goal, bro. Oh my word. Did you see that goal?
Yeah. Quality.
Of course, I didn't even have a chance, bro.
Yeah,
But I mean, Benzema has been excellent for Real Madrid, as usual. King Karim.
Yeah, I think he's topping the scoring charts and the assist charts as well. So I mean, that is the definition of an all-round striker, you know.
I mean, Modric doesn't even look like he's in his 30s. The way he's playing as well. I mean, what a player.
I think the strength is in his hair or something.
No, bro, the calves. Have you seen those calves, bro?
But I wouldn't know, when Modric cut his hair, that
shit season.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
his hair out again.
And back to, you have a point.
Yeah.
Although it's still early to tell. I think after obviously winning La Liga last year, it lets you have a lot to play for. I think Griezmann's finally finding his feet back at his former club now.
Yeah, started on the bench yesterday though.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I don't think it's going to be a runaway season for Real Madrid, but they've definitely started better than I thought they would. Minus the defeat to Sharif, which is just what we love about football.
Yeah.
The fact that game actually played and they want to have a Super League.
Yeah.
We would never see a result like that in the Super League. Such an underdog coming out of nowhere, top of the Champions League group.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
it's crazy.
Definitely. And then onto the Farmers League.
In other words, Liga.
Yeah.
PSG.
Liga. Obviously PSG, what is it, 8 from 8?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to run away with it again.
Lille after winning the La Liga season.
I don't know when Lille went to La Liga. So, I mean, Mbappe, he's not top of the scoring charts as yet, but he's getting there. I think around 4 goals or so. Yeah.
I think the only interesting thing about the French league is how Pochettino is actually going to find a way for Neymar, Mbappe and Messi to play in sync. I think we're finally starting to see it.
Yeah. What do you think about
the
hook? Like when Pochettino took Messi off? How do you think?
I don't even care. The fact that Messi was lying on the floor behind a wall in the Champions League is a joke. Rio Ferdinand said it best, man. No chance, but get a young player to go and sit there. What the hell is he sitting on the floor for?
Yeah, I mean, they can get
goats eat grass, they don't mind.
And I mean, he scored a fantastic goal against City. So at least he got his account open. But I think they're playing Rennes today or so, and maybe he'll get off the mark in the league.
I think he just needed that kickstart.
Yeah, definitely. And
I mean, look at the interplay for that goal with him and Mbappe. I think that's
I mean, the first thing he did was point straight at Mbappe. You know, so and I mean, looks like he's still obviously going to leave. Might sign a pre-contract in January because he's only going to have 6 months left.
That's true.
By the time January comes.
No, I think he's going to go.
I think he'll go. Yeah, I think he'll go.
I think Madrid. If PSG have brains, then they're going to at least get some money out of it. They have to. Yeah. Otherwise, he goes on a free.
But that's the catch-22 about that whole transfer saga towards the end of the transfer window is that I think Real Madrid offered about 160 million for him, and then Real Madrid said outright that we want to recoup the same money that we paid, which is around 180 million euros. Then I think
not going to get that.
But from what I'm understanding is that Real Madrid offered the 180 million, and then they said no, we don't want to let him go. So I mean, they're in that catch-22 position where you sell him now, you recoup 180 million, and
then leave him on a free.
Or let him go on a free, So maybe I think they wanted a better chance to win the Champions League. Maybe they thought this is the year with Messi. Exactly.
But I think there's also this they have with certain agents where you get your player to still sign that contract.
Yes.
And he still goes. That has happened before, so maybe that might happen, especially with the agent.
In the terms, maybe they'll have a particular transfer clause in there. Yeah, to allow him to
go. Probably sign a pre-contract in January.
I think with Madrid.
I think this is like PSG's do or die season to win the Champions League, and then obviously it's a big if, but I think they're holding on to that belief, and if they're willing to take that risk to let Mbappe go for free at the end of the season, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's about rounds it up for today, gents.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching until the end of the show. You better have done that. And don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments, and we'll see you in the next installment. Take care.
Ollie out.